Pageantry was never something that I sought out or really looked into until a lady from Miss Canada Globe Productions had scouted me and said that she thought that I had what it took to represent our province and potentially our country one day. And I thought about it for a while and thought back to my childhood. My great aunt was Miss Toronto and how much I'd looked up to her for that. The Miss Canada Petite pageant was a 2-week experience down in Toronto that I'll never forget. The first week was essentially training. We learned how to walk in swimwear, how to walk in an evening gown, how to properly address the judges' questions, and to present yourself out in public. The second week was essentially a week-long interview. They got to know us a little better aside from our stage presence, and that ended in the 3-day competition itself. We were judged on everything from swimwear, evening gowns, talent, and multiple interviews. We were also required to develop a platform that we were going to stand behind, choosing a charity that we were going to volunteer with, and something that was very near and dear to our hearts, bringing your title to positive recognition. There were a lot of beautiful, talented, and intelligent women from all over the country, so I knew there was some great competition. But ultimately, I knew that if I stayed true to myself, I did my best to prepare for it, that win or lose, I was going to come home knowing that I did my best to represent our province. When I found out I'd won, I was kind of blown away because I hadn't anticipated me having a chance of winning, but I was brought to tears. I was so happy to have my parents and my boyfriend in the audience out there supporting me, as well as a lot of supporters back home that were watching, and very honored that I had the opportunity to bring the Canadian crown back home to Saskatchewan. I grew up on a farm just outside of Battleford, Saskatchewan. Growing up, I was involved in a lot of sporting events and activities throughout high school and junior high, and developed a love for anatomy and physiology at a very young age, which brought me to my career today as an MRI technologist. And this has been my passion now for the past 7 years. And what this is a diagnostic medical imaging technique used to image the hydrogen protons of the human body in very great detail to help diagnose pathology and disease that's going on. The patient comes in through admitting and comes to the MRI department. We then screen them. It's a very powerful magnet, so there are a lot of things that can be potentially fatal if a patient goes in with them. So we need to make sure that internally and externally they're safe to go in the scanner, as well making sure that they're prepared as to what to expect when they do go into the scan room. A lot of my patients go through a very claustrophobic experience, so just trying to comfort them. All of them have the worst case scenario running through their mind, so just trying to put them at ease and explain the procedure as best I can to get them through the 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Sometimes it feels like an eternity for them, and just reassuring them that we're going to do our best to find out what is ailing them.
Okay, this next set of pictures is going to run for about 2.5 minutes. This should be our last set here. You're doing great. Just hang in there. We're almost done.
The reasoning for my passion in this field is that I'm given an opportunity to make a difference in the health of patients each and every day. And it's something that's always growing. The technology is always changing, so it requires me to keep up with my education. And every patient's anatomy and pathology is a little different, so it provides a daily challenge which I can appreciate. So this is our breast imaging table. It's called our Sentinel unit. And basically the patient lies down on their stomach. Breasts go in the 2 wells here and face there, like I say, kind of like a massage table. And we do our diagnostic imaging with this piece of equipment, as well as our interventional procedures. It's usually not used as a screening tool. It's a second stage. So once they find something on the mammogram, they come here, we do the MR scan, and we can better differentiate exactly what's going on there, whether it's something that is malignant, something that's not, something that we follow up, something that needs immediate intervention. I am passionate about breast cancer awareness because this is something that I specialize in at work. It's something very near and dear to me because I see firsthand the treacherous journey that these women have to go through on the road to health. As well, we're all going to be affected by breast cancer by some degree of separation, and to see a future without breast cancer, I think, is an ultimate goal. But it is something that can happen. The Look Good, Feel Better program is a national nonprofit organization dedicated to helping women with the appearance-related effects of cancer and its treatment. At the heart and cornerstone of this program is a 2-hour workshop where women come together in a supportive environment to share stories, laughter, experiences, and even sometimes tears. And my role is to be a volunteer at this workshop to help women look and feel more like themselves again, so they have a renewed sense of confidence to face their cancer and their treatment. I see a lot of women and patients all around that come into the department and they're brought to tears for negative reasons. So the Look Good, Feel Better program, I get a chance to see a lot of these same patients come back and bring tears for positive reasons. I try to get to the gym on a regular basis, daily when I can, and get some cardio and weight training in. This is a great stress reliever for me, and it's something that I believe bleeds into the rest of your daily aspects as well. You're both mentally more alert and have more energy, you have a better sleep cycle. So it's something that's very important to me. It becomes somewhat of a healthy addiction that you have people around you in a supportive environment, and it's something that I really enjoy. I see firsthand the anatomical detriments that come from leading an unhealthy and inactive lifestyle. So it's great incentive for me to keep physically active, and I would love monetary incentive for others to follow suit and capitalize on their health as well. So with the Children's Fitness Tax Credit extension to include all adults, there's a website called adultfitnesstaxcredit.ca where people can go to send an e-postcard to their local MLA to help show their support in this matter, as it's in the power of the voting constituents to help see this change happen. Studies have shown that after implementation of this tax credit, our government would actually wind up saving healthcare dollars after a period of just 3 years. And physical activity is the best preventative medicine for essentially every health ailment, including cancer. As Miss Canada Petite, I'm required to keep up with the platform that I've chosen, continuing to volunteer with that and use my title to bring awareness to it, and ultimately to be a good role model and part of the community. These past few months have been a little busier than what I'm used to with my typical schedule, but ultimately this is an experience that I will never forget. I'm cherishing every moment and very glad to have the positive recognition that I've received from my friends, family, and the community. And I'm just treasuring every moment because I know it's a finite experience. From meeting and talking to me, I think I would like them just to see that I'm an ordinary girl who's worked very hard for my goals and achievements throughout life. And if I can do it, anybody can. My ultimate message would be to never be satisfied or content with your goals and achievements that you've had up until today, as they pale in comparison to what you're capable of in the future. And this comes through facing your fears. We really begin to realize who we are when we step out of our comfort zone and what it is that we're capable of doing.